All right, the first week of my holidays are drawing to an end. I'll still be on holidays next week. Anyway, continuing to look at crosswords from the year 2000 and another unfamiliar setter, Plodge. That's a good name. Anyway, before we begin, the cryptic clue of the day. Yesterday, like wag and always concealing motive, the answer was hidden agenda, because the word agenda is hidden, like wag and always, well, has agenda in it. Concealing motive, maybe my part of speech isn't right there. This is the time when I wish I had a crossword editor. Anyway, I hope it was close enough. Today's clue, the blob, his version, not from around here by the sound of it, 10 letters. The blob, his version, not from around here by the sound of it. Second letter is H, second last letter is T. All right, let's see what Plodge has. Fairly big bird. I think it must be a bird whose name suggests fairly big, but I can't think of one. Grouse, plover. No, I think I'm going to need a letter or two. A longing to sow, no way. Oh my goodness. Oh, well, longing is often itch, and so is stitch. Way is a street, ST, you take the ST away, and you get your itch. All right, fairly big bird, pigeon would fit, but I don't think that's it. Virgin, we just had virgin, was it yesterday? Taking over interior design practice. Well, virgin was chased the other day. Does that go around interior and it becomes a design practice, or does it take over interior design? I don't get it. Gentleman's pleasure. That's a great clue. Yeah, I don't see that either. Oh, I see we have some cross references. Posh 10, awfully sour about another 10, as is a lovesick husband. Oh, well, there is that word for loving your wife. And I think it was, what's his name? Fellows, who did Downton Abbey. But he won an Oscar, and in his speech thanking his wife, he brought up the word luxurious. Oh, and awfully sour definitely would suggest an anagram of sour. Oh, and U is posh, as we know, upper class. There's X, Roman numeral for 10, and then URIOUS. I think the other 10 is 1 being I and 0 being O. Yeah, I like that a lot. And awfully telling us to anagram sour around that IO. All right, glad he made that speech and introduced me to the word. I hid ensuing dust after work. That's nothing to write home about. Oh my goodness, and it's 15 letters. I think after work is telling us to anagram I hid ensuing dust. That is 15 letters. That's nothing to write home about. All right, I'm going to pause and sip my Saturday afternoon coffee the day I'm recording this and ponder that. Well, my first thought was it's going to begin with "un," and I was thinking it's going to be a word for something like boring, nothing special. I did wonder if we might end in "ness," but I don't think so. I think then I was looking at the G and wondering how to use that, and somehow I thought of "undistinguished." Nothing to write home about. That's a great one to get. Hopefully will help. Antediluvian order restricts single bar. I think it might mean antediluvian, which I think literally isn't that before the flood, and just means very old, I think. So I'm wondering if a word for order is going to restrict or go around. Single might be I for one, and bar might be ban or something like that. But I can't think of a word for antediluvian beginning with U. Theodore's work, it takes half the studio. Fyodor. Was that Dostoevsky's first name? It takes half the studio. Yeah, I'm wondering if we are literally going to use half the word studio and it might end in DIO, Indio. I mean, maybe IT, no. Now I think I'm going to have to look up Fyodor and see was there a famous one. Awfully blue. Well, we had awfully sour. I think that would be bad if they use the same anagram indicator twice, but I'm wondering if, especially because we have that U and then left over BLE and something can I don't know what that is, but be justified. I'm wondering if it's going to be an ABLE word. Awfully blue about star. Admitting spin. Oh, it might be one thing inside another, which is inside another. But what's this can with the circumflex? Be justified. So a word like defensible or don't see it. I'm going to leave in the ABLE ending. Could be IBLE too, of course. All right, I think I'm going to go back to the acrosses. Taught to toboggan round front part of train. Front part of train might simply be the letter T. I think, oh yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be taught as the definition and schooled would fit. Toboggan, toboggan is sled. Oh, that's hilarious. The front part of train is choo-choo train. Oh, that's brilliant. I love that. All right, agent holds Kipling's work to be slight. I think slight is going to be the definition. Now, slight can mean thin, meager, but it could also mean an insult. Agent might be rep. And Kipling's work, well, the shortest Kipling work, I think, is if. Oh, Kim, though, as well. But it could also be Mr. Kipling, maybe, and something to do with delicious mince pies. No, I think it's going to be probably Kim. But I can't put Kim inside of rep to be slight. What else can agent be? CIA spy. Ooh, yes, spy is it. Exactly. Skimpy. Very good. The result of only a little light work. All right, I think this might just be a cryptic punning, so I think it is going to be something with a little light. But I don't know what that is. In the Bernese Oberland, a psychologist meets a German lady. That's a very long clue for 4 letters. I was thinking at first it was going to be a hidden clue in Bernese Oberland. I mean, that just sounds so strange to me. Now, maybe there is such a place. Something to do with Bern in Switzerland, I suppose, but a psychologist, a German lady, a Frau. But yeah, I don't get that at all. Okay, entire sprinters center led great comeback. Is it going to be a comeback like a response to an insult or something like that? Oh, entire maybe is the definition. Oh, I'm thinking sprinters center is int. Led great. Oh, yes, I think that leads or goes in front of, well, great might be large. And if that is coming back reversed, we get integral. All right. Calming down, stopped taking dodgy ecstasy with gin. All right, I think it might mean calming down. Ecstasy is usually E. Interesting to see that was being used as early as 2000. Well, I suppose I first heard about it, I suppose, when Pulp did Sorted for Wiz and E. Is that it? Anyway. Um, and then with maybe an anagram of gin, maybe that's dodgy as well to give an ing ending. Calming down. What would that be? Sedating? Maybe. I do like that, but what would stopped be? No, I don't see it. Express toll for a little one. Oh, express can be to say. So I'm wondering if it's a homophone for toll, which could be the ring of a bell, peal, bell itself. I think the definition will be a little one, which could be a little drink, but I think it's more likely a little child. But I don't see that. All right, I think it's time for more coffee. All right, let me go back to the Downs. I did look up Fyodor. Now, Dostoevsky spelt, or it is spelt with a Y, F-Y, and it is the Russian version of Theodore. There were only a few famous Fyodors. There's one, Chaliapin or something. I think I've heard of him, an opera singer. But I don't know. There's also another one whose wife had a lot of babies. But very few spelt this way. But maybe it's the Russian word for work. And it takes half the studio. Oh, is it maybe half of one of the big film studios? Icing or no, I don't know what that is. I can't see any word, maybe unpitiable, but that really wouldn't mean justified. I do wonder if this, I'd also looked up Cannae and I didn't find that. I'm wondering if, I know this will shock you, but possibly the Guardian had a typo there, and maybe it just should be can't, can apostrophe, and it came out as that E with the circumflex. Anyway, what is the star? Pulsar. No. All right. How about no reason for filtered coffee? I'm thinking of no reason for something. It's groundless, and I suppose without ground coffee. All right. William's pal introduced arty mixer 6-3. Oh no, back in the year 2000, how old was Prince William? And did he have a famous pal? Now, the arty suggests either we're going to drop an H or maybe it's just an anagram. Oh, could it be who was just William's pal? William's pal introduced arty. Is it a mixer as in a tonic of some kind? Oh, ginger ale. Ah, yes. Hearty can mean hail, and you drop the H. Oh, was William friends with Ginger Spice? Or was it referring maybe to his brother as Ginger? What's that all about? Yeah, but I think it must be ginger ale, which can be used. I mean, it's delicious on its own. I don't know why you would need to mix it with something, but anyway, I think that's right. Lifting one hat, Toff becomes assiduous. Well, seems like the definition is assiduous. And lifting one hat, I think, yeah, we're going to raise up in a down clue. Oh, a hat can be a titfer, right? No, I don't see that. They say it's a plait to wear down. Ooh, maybe a homophone of something for a plait of hair, and it's going to mean to wear down. That's another word for a plait. No, water overflowing the green. That's a nice clue. I don't get it though. Ooh, and two, which we don't have yet, fell head over heels for Bill. Oh, well, I'm wondering if this is another reversal. And so some word for two. Well, maybe it's just the number two. And it's going to be probably a bill of some kind. No, I don't see that. All right, let's go back to the crosses. Oh, and let me look at my express toll for a little one. Ah, yes, little Nell. And it is a homophone for the ring of a bell with a K. There we go. It may be recognized as one of the French books if one is skillful. Oh, I'm wondering if it may be recognized. I'm thinking of identifiable. That fits as one. Okay, one I think is the I. Of is the French is de. Books is New Testament. If is if. One is I again. And skillful, able. That's a great clue. Reads very naturally. Flower, scoffs, free, scoff. I don't know what that's going to be. Is there a word for free scoff? Yeah, I think there might be slang for a free meal or something that's provided to people. Two men set about a retired bounder over being such a pain. I think it might be a pain, or an adjective of a pain. I'm thinking of something like herniatic or something like that. I think the two men, it's going to be two men's names. And they said about a, I think they're going to go around the word a. Oh, I just thought, what if the men were he? And then we go around. The bounder is a cad who is retired or reversed. And we get a headache. Reminds me when I was young, I said, which was a bit unnecessary, that I had a headache in my head. And my little cousin, who was a few years, I think she was probably about 4, said that she had a headache in her foot. She didn't want to be left out of having a pain. Anyway, Heath supported Arab leader. First off, it's claimed. Oh, I think claimed will be the definition. Probably something. Oh, I think Heath is going to be Ted. And an Arab leader. Ooh, I think it's going to be a word for an Arab leader with the first letter of. Oh, what's that? A what do you call it? Pasha? But what's the word for claimed? Asserted. The Arab leader is Nasser. Yes, with the N taken away. These allow one to go without grub. Yeah, I don't know what that would be. Where do we break that? These allow one to go without. And then it's also some type of grub, which could be an insect. Creepy crawly. Or maybe just these allow one, and we put a word for to go without or outside of a word for grub. No, I don't see that. The plat now is something B. Let me pause and sip my coffee and think about that. Oh, a braid. Ah, yes. All right, as a reward to myself for getting that, I'm going to have me coffee. Okay, my water overflowing the green. Lovely cryptic clue. Yeah, I feel there's a few here I should be able to get, but no, how about this Bernese Oberland with an R in second place? Psychologist could be a shrink. I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be, well, I'm thinking, how about Frau? Oh, the psychologist could be Freud. But what's the Bernese Oberland? Is it FRE? Oh, yeah. Well, let me leave the U in and see. Now our Virgin taking over interior design. I don't really like a U there. It could be UTE or something like that. Virgin, not chaste, I think. No. Gentleman's pleasure now has that L. Gentleman fellow. How is that pleasure though? Antediluvian. Yeah, let me pause and think about this word. I wasn't finding anything, and then I realized, wait a minute, I never double checked here. I need an anagram of sour, and I've too many U's. It should be uxorious, not yeah, I always say uxorious, uxorious. And then I thought, oh, an order is often an OBE in these clues. And then obsolete might be antediluvian. So single bar, soul, I think, is single. Now I don't know why bar is T. Oh, is there like a T bar, T-shaped bar? That's the best I can come up with. All right, what's the result of only a little light work? Something solution. I do like solution. I don't know why it would be or what kind of solution. Anyway. Oh, I think can't be justified might be unprovable. So awfully blue, yeah. About star. Admitting spin. NPR OVA. Oh, Nova is the star and the spin is PR. Oh, I should have thought of that. Oh, and of course here I should have thought. Now it is funny that he is spelling it with an E because I think I've always, it's changed, but I think I've always seen FY. But of course he did write The Idiot. Now I always think of the Iggy Pop album before I think of the book, which I've never read. It takes half. Oh, it goes around half of the studio. I never thought of putting the words that way. Ah, dear, oh dear. Anyway, I think solution must be right. What solution is this? The result of only a little light work. Bulb. Yes, it's something to do with when a light bulb goes off over your head. Now here's our lifting one hat. Toff becomes, ooh, diligent. Ah, yes, so we're lifting up one lid for one hat, and the toff is a gent, and that gives us diligent. All right, here's our flower. Oh, so many flowers. Scoffs. Free. Oh, I think maybe the flower goes around a word for free. Although, what's a short word for free? And then the whole thing will mean scoff. No, I don't see it. That's our water overflowing. The green. Green can be money, notes. No, don't see that. All right, these allow one to go without grub. Yeah, I've no idea what this is. And two, which we still... Oh, I do have two. I was looking at the wrong one, of course. So itch fell head over heels for Bill. Oh, a chit. Yeah, so we reversed the two halves of itch, and a bill, I suppose, could be a chit. All right, the fact that it says these, I'm thinking is it going to be a plural word? These allow ones to go like passes of some kind. Or is it diuretics of some kind? These allow one to go. What's that going to be? A, another E, N, S. I'm not seeing any word there. I think these others must be right. Is ginger ale right? I am past the half hour mark. Yeah, that one's right. Oh, it's not. Oh, I think it's it's a homophone of ID, of course. Yeah, yeah, terrible schoolboy error there. So now these allow one to go without grub. Ejects, events. Now I've too many words that fit. These allow one to go without grub. Oh, exits would allow one to go without grub. Is there a word like exeats or something like that? And there's exeunt followed by bear, but I won't put it in just yet, but yeah, I'm not sure about that one. All right, this was, oh, the calming down. Okay, it's not sedating. Yeah, let me pause and think about what the first letter might be. Well, I thought of subduing, which could be calming down. No, not really. Anyway, I think I'm just going to go ahead and check that one. Oh, no. All right, let's reveal it. Quieting, of course, would be more calming down. Oh, and stopped is quit. And that takes... Yeah, I don't know why the dodgy is there, because it takes ecstasy. I would have said taking ecstasy with dodgy gin, because the the ecstasy, the E isn't anagrammed. Anyway, that's a personal preference, I suppose. All right, this is our virgin taking over. Oh, and of course, I'm still not sure about that Frau, but it might be UTE. Is it practice or design? Practice. Oh, it might be URE. Yeah, that could be a practice. But of what kind? Oh, all right, so now what's a virgin that might... I think taking over has to mean going around. Oh, pure would be virgin. Oh, a practice might be a procedure. Ah, decor. Taking, not only taking, going around, but taking over, meaning a reversed decor. I like that. Fairly big bird. All right, what's a word for fairly big? And it's also a bird. There is a pipit, but I think that's just P-I. Oh, now I've forgotten how to spell pipit. And I don't think that means fairly big, does it? Um, well, it could four down. Gentleman's pleasure. Oh, let me try and get my... Oh, an easy solution? I don't know why that would be right. Let's try that one. It is correct. I mean, I think it's just a cryptic definition. Is there more to it than if it was an easy solution, it only took a little... Ah, yes, I think it might be referring to the little light bulb. And because it's easy, you really didn't have to have a very big light bulb pop above your head. That's how I'm reading it anyway. All right, gentlemen's pleasure. I mean, yeah, let me pause and look up the pipit. All right, the bird, yeah, it's only one P, P-I-P-I-T. But I do know there are birds, I think, called dippers. Well, there's the Big Dipper, the star, the constellation, but I think there are dippers anyway, but I don't know why that would be fairly big. I'm going to go ahead and check that one. That is right, but I don't get it. And then gentleman's pleasure. There is to relish. I do have a feeling there's a phrase, gentleman's relish, but don't ask me what that is. And um, yeah, with relish, with pleasure. Maybe it's just saying it's a fancy way, an upper class way of saying pleasure might be relish. Is there more to it than that? I don't know, beats me. All right, I need to make some type of move on this one. These allow one to go without grub. Yeah, I've no idea. Oh, well, I'm thinking eat is grub without, so maybe he's allowed one to go, or to go without. I think I'm going to try this weird exeats, but I have no idea if it's right or not. It is. Let me pause and look up exeats. Apparently it's a permission slip or a license to leave your boarding school or a religious house. Um, and so I think these allow one to go, and maybe without is X and grub is eats plural. That's the best I can do. All right, our flower scoffs free scoff, and the water overflowing the green. Yeah, no idea what this one is. I think I'm just going to go ahead and reveal this one. Naive, always green. Water overflowing. What's that? Oh, Evian. Ah, overflowing turned over. My goodness. Yeah, very tricky. But yeah, maybe I should have just looked at the word green and thought of other meanings of it. All right, so now my flower scoffs free scoff. Can I even think of a flower? Not really. Yeah, I have no idea. I think I'm just going to go ahead and reveal this one too. Deride. I suppose if you scoff at somebody, you're deriding them, but to me, scoff on its own doesn't really mean to scoff, but or to deride. Deride to me is more making fun of, derision, ridiculing. Oh, and of course the flower, it's flower, a river, that old trick. I don't think we see it too often these days. I think maybe it is considered a bit passé. Um, but anyway, the river D goes around. Rid is to free. Yeah, like freeing Hamlin of rats is to rid it. All right, very tricky one, I thought, by Plodge, but some very nice ones. But yeah, I feel like the style is just a little bit different, but I can't quite put my finger on what it is. Although I think now, having done a week of them, I am getting maybe a little more attuned, but could be all in my mind. Anyway, let's check all. It looks like everything else stayed in place. Oh, we did have a Q and an X, V. Did we have J and Z? I don't think so. Anyway, that was fun, and it is interesting going back in time. Anyway, that's it for now. Thanks as always for watching. Have a great day and a great weekend.